The fun in Branson continues and never stops for your family as you make that way to the beautiful Ozarks. And we encourage you to do that. And listen, you can learn all about what we're talking about at explorebranson.com, explorebranson.com. And we have the brand new president of the Branson Chamber, Pam Yancey, who is co-hosting these shows with me. Pam, we're having too much fun here, right?
Man, we are having so much fun. I forgot that there's even a microphone in front of me, and we're just sitting around having some good old friendly conversation and learning about people and hearing about what all's going on in Branson. I love it.
I love it, too. Well, you know, one of the shows that's been here for many years now, and we're going to find out exactly how many, is the Pierce Arrow Show.
Yes.
Tony Turner,
That's right.
who has been with the show now, Tony, 10 years?
Been here for 10 years now. Yeah.
I understand that's a big accomplishment. Folks don't usually last, you know. No, they move from show to show sometimes.
Yeah.
For being at one show for 10 years, there must be something special for you to hang out at Pierce Arrow.
Well, Dan Britton, he's had the show. You know, he's been in town for, they started in 96, so this will be 26 years this year, 27 years, something like that. But yeah, no, it's a very Christian environment. It's a very patriotic environment and very family-oriented. I've got 7 kids, so it's very easy for me to stay there.
You got 7 children ranging from the age of 1 to 27. Is that right, Tony?
Yeah. Matthew will be 28 this year.
How do you manage family life and doing shows?
I have an amazing wife.
Yeah.
As a musician's wife, I appreciate him saying that. We get all the credit, right?
You do.
Yes.
You do. Seriously, I could not be in this business. I could not do what I do without Elizabeth. It's very amazing.
Now, you're with the quartet there at Pierce Arrow, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you joined a quartet? It could have been prior to Pierce Arrow.
Well, I grew up with my family singing. So we had the Turner Family Singers, and I started touring when I was 6 with my brothers and my grandma and grandpa and my mom and dad. So I was part of a vocal group basically from the time I could walk.
This is in your blood.
Yeah. I mean, it is my blood.
Yeah.
Really, I think if you took blood from me, it would be 90% music, 10% actual blood. But yeah. It's, my grandfather played with Roy Clark, and my grandmother was a preacher who started a vocal group when she wanted to evangelize, so she just started the group, and then we started touring with her.
What's it like singing as a family, spending time with family and singing together?
It's the most amazing thing, or it's the worst thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could just think about sitting around the house having little spats and, sibling rivalry. And then when you're on the road, you can't have that in public.
Yeah.
So you have little short spats where you can have a little fight, but then the majority of the time you have to act like you love each other.
Yeah.
So it becomes a true love, and you learn after you stop performing with your family that you have that with the other people. So now this quartet is just an extension of my family. We've got Michael Cole, who is our baritone singer. He was on America's Got Talent. He was one of the finalists, America's Got Talent. We've got Chad Rudin, who's toured around the world, and he's an actor as well, who's our lead singer. It's great. I'm the tenor singer, and then Dan Britton, who's our bass singer, and they are an extension of my family, So, and I'm an extension of their family.
Yeah.
Actually, my wife's added another child today, Michael Cole. Him and his wife are out, and we have his kids. So
What's one more, right? When you already got 7, what's
That's right.
one
What's
more?
one more?
Yeah.
Tell me about the show. What do you guys do there at Pierce Arrow?
we have 2 different shows that Pierce Arrow performs in. We have a country show, we've got a big gospel section in it. We have a big patriotic section. We're doing some interesting stuff. We've changed a lot of arrangements too, so even if you've heard the songs before, they're new. We have a big Brooks and Dunn medley in there this year. We're doing Garth Brooks, which they've never done with Pierce Arrow before. It's a big range in the country show.
Yeah.
And then we have a decade show, which is basically 50s through 80s, rock and pop music. There's no gospel on that show, but it's you'll know every song when you come in. Doesn't matter who you are.
You'll tap your toes.
You'll dance.
Yeah.
You'll sing. We invite them to dance. We invite them to stand up. We invite them to sing. We invite them to scream and shout.
Yeah.
It's a big environment. There's bubbles. There's smoke. There's fog.
What do you enjoy most about performing here in Branson?
The fact that I don't have to travel with my family. It's so nice to have a job where I'm not touring and I'm out for 3 months and home for 2 months. I actually get to see my children grow up. I get to spend time with them.
Yeah.
And when you're touring and you're out on the road, you don't have that opportunity.
Right.
You get a Facebook post or you're FaceTiming with them to see your child take their first steps, which I've also done. And it's nice to be there holding their hands and watching them walk.
I'm sure you get repeat audiences too, or people that
have a
come
lot of that, yeah.
come in. And so, have you built friendships over the years with people?
Yeah. Actually, one of my best friends, Gayla Beach, is she comes to the Coast Show quite often. We met about 5 or 6 years ago, and both her family and my family, we've become pretty close.
That really shows you family too here, Pam.
It does. And, when my husband was performing, I mean, they started out as fans, became friends, and then became family.
Yeah.
And that's the spirit of the people that come here. They come here to love us, and we want to love on them. And I think you hit it on the head. It's like you can still do what you love doing, but then you get to be with the people you love when the show's over with, right?
Yeah.
You're not going back to a hotel room or getting on a bus and leaving. You get to go have quality time with your family. And I think a lot of the entertainers that I've spoke with, that's the biggest. That's one of the biggest treasures they get out of performing here is being with family
and creating friendships. When you're touring, you don't have that opportunity to really have friendships that are going to last. You'll make friends with somebody in a town, you may not see them again for a year or two.
Yeah.
You're not going to travel back to that town for a while.
When you think about entertaining your family here in Branson, as we're talking to people right now, they're looking at planning their summer vacations.
Yeah.
What are some tips and advice you have about coming to Branson?
Go ahead and book online. Get some stuff that you know that you want to do, but make sure you leave enough time to find the things after you get here.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that your family gets what they want, but at the same time, there's so many different things that you don't know what's in town.
Yeah.
80% of people who come to Branson, 90% of people who come to Branson have 80% of their vacation planned. So they only have 20% of that time that they can just have free time.
Yeah.
Or they can see a show and go, oh, let's try that one out.
Yeah.
Or they see, a carnival ride and they're like, let's try that one out.
Right.
Or just shopping.
Yeah.
Because there's a great landing down there, too, that they can go and actually have some time as a family and shop and see the fountains and the fire. And so I would say don't plan all of that out. Leave some free time that you can just spend time with your family and walk down the strip or walk on the landing.
You need some wiggle room. Right,
Yes,
Pam?
Yeah.
Absolutely, because we have so many things to do here to enjoy. It would be a shame if you came to visit us and you didn't get to take advantage of all that. But if you already have it planned and you're coming, just go ahead and plan on coming back again a little bit later.
That's right.
That's right.
That's true because we actually have 3 different seasons
Yes.
in Branson. So there's 3 different times that you can come back and a lot of times see different shows.
Yeah.
Like our show, we have a main show that runs until May, and then we've got a different stuff that we add in the summer show, and then we have completely different stuff we add after Halloween. So you could theoretically come back to our theater alone and see 3 different shows 3 different times a year.
And when you come, now you can spend most of your time, if you want to, inside hopping shows, and that would be great. You would see some incredible shows here, but you don't want to miss out on the beautiful Ozarks.
That's
you know,
right.
Yeah.
You've got Table Rock Lake. Just to drive out to the Persimmon Farms and pick some blueberries. I heard that the blueberries are really popping right now.
They are. I've been seeing people on social media that've been out there and picked them, and they're beautiful.
So you got to have some downtime too and relax.
There's hiking trails here.
Oh, my goodness.
You can walk by the water. There's just some amazing things you can do with your kids.
There really is. Okay, so tell me when your show is and how can we get tickets?
Well, we have shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is our Decade show. And then Tuesday, Thursday is our country show. You can go online. You can call the box office. There's multiple ways that you can get to it. The other thing we have in our theater this year is we have Nashville Roadhouse Live, which performs Friday afternoon and Saturday night. And that's Stevie Lee Woods. He had couple #1 hits back in the 90s. And it's been a really cool marriage between the 2 shows. And we pop up and we may just sing in each other's shows one night. So you never know who you're going to see there. But yeah, it's really a blast. And Stevie Lee Woods is really fun. So
That makes it so much fun. And like you said, the key, I think, is buying your tickets before you come.
that does help and make sure that you get in the show you want to see.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's always nice to have the extra time because there's so many people who come and watch Pierce Arrow. Let's say they come to the country show. They love it. Well, they want to come back and see our Decade show because it's a different show. I mean, it's half price if you watch the first one.
Yeah.
You pay full price for the first one. Then you can go and watch Nashville Roadhouse Live for half price.
Yeah.
So you get to see more than just one show. And if your vacation's completely planned, you don't have the option to come back and see one of the other shows.
Yeah.
Or to go and see, I saw this track I want to go back and see. So now you have the option to do that.
Or if you come see a show and say, I got to have my best friend to come back and watch it with me, you know? You want to do that. Yeah. Tony, thank you so much. Tony Turner here at the Pierce Arrow Show here in Branson. What's that website?
PierceArrowTheater.com.
Okay, Pierce.
Pretty easy.
Yep. Pam, this has been great.
It has, and Tony, has been really great to just listen to you and hear your heart and your passion for Branson.
Do you want to sing something for us?
Do I want to sing?
Yeah, your husband was in a show.
I am not a singer. I tell everybody he picks and I grin. So anyway, I wish I could, because if I had even a little bit of talent, I'd be singing all over town.
Yeah.
So.
And the best thing to do too is if just for families, if you want to get a scope of what you're doing when you first come into town, you can go down to that Pink Jeep Tours. It's really fun, and you can go and you can see everything in town and make your decisions from there. That's right. It's really kind of cool.
Or go to explorebranson.com. We've got a listing of all the shows and attractions there as well.
And I actually think you have our tickets on there too, maybe. Yeah, there's a link to our website and to everything from there as well.
Yeah. Always, friend, go to explorebranson.com. And if you want to discover anything we're talking about on these shows as we bring them to you from Branson here on Bott Radio Network. And we're going to continue our fun. Stay tuned.